Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I am your host, Catherine Basu, and I am so excited to have you joining me today for today's episode, which is one in a mini series I'm running in honor of the 1-year anniversary of my book being published. My book, Superwomen Secrets Revealed, Successful Women Talk About Fitting and Fitness and Dare You to Join Them. For this series, much like in the book, I have inspirational women sharing their stories of how and why they fit in fitness, and then coming up with a fun fitness dare so that you can join us and actually take action and start enjoying all the many benefits of fitness for yourself. Because my guests and I love all these benefits of fitness, but we don't want to be greedy. We want you to enjoy them as well. Today's guest is Baiyina Hughley. She is an interior designer based in Los Angeles who works with savvy, stylish women all around the globe. With over 10 years experience in the design industry, as well as private clients of various budgets and aesthetics, she can help you craft a vision bigger than you thought possible for yourself, your home, and your life. Featured in Better Homes and Gardens, Apartment Therapy, LA Times, and television shows for A&E and Style Network, her eclectic yet sophisticated approach is based on keeping things simple, high quality, and timeless. Whether you've recently moved or are ready to transform an existing space and want to partner with the creative who gets you, knows what they're doing, and will create a space that you love, Baiyina can help you out. Her website is baiyina.com. Before we get into the interview, though, I have to tell you guys that Baiyina and I have known each other for a few years now in the online space, but never really spoke until before recording this interview, and she just exudes passion for design. That passion is contagious. After speaking with her, I am ready to tackle a few projects and have the desire to do that, even though normally I just say that I'll do that when I own my own place or whatever other excuse I have for that day. So if you have been thinking about working on a design project, just want some inspiration or want to investigate that, don't hesitate after getting your fitness inspiration today to go and get some design inspiration as well by heading over to the show notes and checking out all her links. Baiyina, welcome to the show. First question for you. We're just going to dive right in. Love giving listeners an idea of what people's days look like. So I'd love to have you share what a day in the life of Baiyina Hughley looks like. General life, fitness life. Take us behind the scenes a little bit here.
So I love my life. I will just say that, first of all, it's amazing because I think I've set up my day exactly how I want. So every morning I wake up naturally, which is like, I worked so hard my entire life just to wake up without an alarm. I get up at 7:30, I make my coffee, let my dog out, and I just kind of actually go right to like looking at emails and working kind of from my bed right away. And I go through phases where sometimes I am working with clients physically in the LA area doing interior design. And so that will be a lot of like driving and hunting and, some office work and then out there in the field looking for furniture. But a lot of the time right now I'm doing more of my online business. And so that's in my home. And I take a bath every single day, a bubble bath. I have a really nice bathroom with great lighting, and I just almost never take a shower. I love a bubble bath. And I listen to YouTube videos and kind of just work. And so I do my exercise in the evening. I have a pretty flexible schedule, and I just love at the end of my day going to exercise with a group of, in an actual place with other people. It gets me out connected, and it's just an essential part of my daily routine.
I love that. So has fitness always been a part of your routine like this?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I think when I was a kid growing up, my mom must have signed me up. I think I've tried every single sport: tennis, soccer, basketball, volleyball, softball. I was kind of decent at softball. I just was not very sporty. But I did several years ago get really into dance class. I used to do belly dance and Afro-Brazilian. That was very physical. And I think the major reason, and now I'm doing bar method, and it's just like dance, I'm obsessed with it and I love it. And the common thing that unites those two exercise components is the community. Is
Sure.
something that I love, that holds my attention in a class with other people. And it's not like just working out in a gym. Is the sweet combination of what seems to work for me.
I really appreciate you sharing that because it definitely can be a real process to find something that works for us, whether it's in fitness or any other area of our life.
Yeah. And I was very, very terrified, but intrigued to try bar method. I found it through Groupon and I just saw it and I was like, I could just feel in my heart that it was drawing me to just check it out. And I was actually like, before I bought the Groupon, I was like, oh, and I was like, ooh, let me look at this. And I looked at a couple other things that seemed less vigorous. And in the end, I just decided to go for it. And I just absolutely love it because it's so hard that I'm so proud of myself every time I'm done. And that euphoria of physical change in my body and like accomplishment it's very addictive.
Well, I'm actually embarrassed to admit that I have not taken a bar class yet, even though one of our Fit Armadillo instructors actually teaches private sessions. So I need to get
Yeah,
out there and do
try
it.
it. Well,
You're
Groupon
inspiring
has some
me.
great deals. Or, take a single class or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's got their own thing. I invited 2 friends to try it with me. One, I'll probably never see her again because it just wasn't her thing. Like,
Oh
you
no.
gotta find your thing, whatever that
Yeah,
is.
yeah, for sure. So, Baiyina, I know we touched on this a little bit already, but do you feel like having this bar class as part of your daily routine now has impacted your personal and even your professional life in a positive way?
100%. I literally, well, I basically sought out exercise in August or July or something when I realized I was walking up the stairs to my apartment single flight and I was like, my legs hurt. And I'm like, that is not okay. I'm like, that is not okay. I'm still like a young person. I should not be like physically struggling to get upstairs. I was like, I need to exercise. It's not, I was always with my weight thinking about the diet more and then just like, oh, if I just eat healthy, I don't have to exercise. But that's like so not my body. I could feel that I needed to physically move. And ever since I have been exercising, I swear to God, I am a happier person. I literally feel happier.
I hope you're feeling happier because you're out walking with us while listening to this podcast. That is your halfway point if you have only 15 minutes time to turn around.
Like joyful. I think it's like those chemicals they're always saying it releases, but I feel in my heart like it has just made my life, like as I'm sitting here today, I went to class last night and I feel just like a completely different person. I'm a lot stronger and leaner. And, doing bar method, it's a lot of like isometric muscular movements, very, very challenging.
Mhm.
So you don't necessarily like lose weight right away. You kind of gain weight because you're gaining muscle.
Sure, sure.
But I've started to like lose inches and I just to see that transformation. I'm really this time going for the slow and steady route as opposed to like going on Atkins losing. I've done that a million times. And so I'm actually very much happier to do these things. Like I can hold a plank for like a minute and that used to be 20 seconds. I thought I used to think was a lot. And, that's doing that, holding that for a minute in combination with all these push-ups and other things. So I do feel physically more happy and my body is just feels healthier. And everything is, I mean, if you don't have your health, that's kind of, you don't have anything.
Right. Now, I love that you shared that. I know for me as a personal trainer, I always want my clients to enjoy what you shared, more of those fringe benefits of fitness than necessarily coming to me and losing X amount of pounds in a shorter time than is actually possible to do in a healthy way. So I'm glad you've been able to find those benefits for yourself and find something that you enjoy and is not really a workout, more fun for you.
When I'm doing it and it's an hour, it's hell, but it's a kind of a fun hell, but it's hard. Like it's horrible, but it's wonderful. Like, and it's everybody who goes to that class. And I think you find this in any exercise, the people that can commit and keep going, that is the thing that connects for them. So for me, bar just happens to be the thing that's doing it for me right now. But we are addicted to that feeling of, the release and then the accomplishment, the chemicals, all that kind of stuff.
For
So
sure. So you have your routine now, you have your bar class that you enjoy in the evenings. But I'd love to know, Baiyina, do you always stick to this routine 100%? And what do you do when you don't to get back on
yeah,
track?
I mean, I don't stick to it 100% because I mean, things happen, but I stick to it probably like 85 to 90,
Mhm.
which is really good. And that there's a couple of reasons why I'm able to stick to it. Number one, it's I pay for to take a certain amount of classes. So there's the thrifty part. Well, there's a part of me that goes, if I'm paying for this, I need to get what I'm paying for. And it's not
Right,
like it's that cheap. It's not
right.
like I can afford. I decided that this is money well spent
Mhm.
because, again, I mean, what the heck? I'm buying rugs, all this furniture all the time. I need to spend, some money on my health. Like if
Right.
I found something that I like and I will do, that is an important cost that I need to spend in my life. So, and then also the way that they have it structured, which I think is really smart, is that you always have to reserve your spot in your class. So you have to book the class and you cannot cancel. If you cancel, they do charge you. They charge you, or it's there's some penalty. I don't know.
Right, right,
So it makes you not want to change your mind an
right.
hour, before whatever. You have to give a certain amount of notice, whatever. And like I said, it gets me out of the house and going towards with other people when I've been working by myself the whole day. So I need that social aspect.
Oh, yeah. And I know I talked about this in one of the intro episodes, but our health is not just our physical health, it's also our social and mental health. And those can influence each other even if you're not working on them. But it's great when you can find something where you can work on both of them at the same time actively, like you're doing with bar, getting the social health and the physical health taken care of together. So another question for you here. I know I often get clients or people I talk to that tell me that they're just too busy to fit in fitness. Do you have anything to tell them to help them out, to inspire them to try to get some fitness into their schedules?
I understand when people say they're too busy for stuff because I'm one of those people that I'm like, I could be working on my business all the time and I
Right.
do a lot. But the thing is, there's a lot of wasted time in that busy time
Mm,
when you're not really accomplishing anything. And it's not really true that you're too busy. And I think it's has to be a priority of health for you. It's you time to go
right.
exercise and take a break because as a creative person, there gets a point in working on something when you actually have to walk away.
Yep.
It's not really helpful. You're not really accomplishing it. You're frustrating it. You're making it not fun. And that's not healthy. And that's not the lifestyle. You don't, I mean, come on, we do have time. Beyonce's got, what do they always say about her?
Yeah, we
You
all
only have
even
24 hours in a day.
yes.
And that's like the first part of it. And then what was the second part of it? I was going to say something clever and amazing. It'll come back to me, but I think
Well,
you do have time.
I don't know if this is something that will help you jog your memory, but I know a lot of entrepreneurs and creatives will tell me that when they do get active, they do get moving, that's when they have their most creative, awesome ideas. I don't know if you've ever had an experience like that.
Oh, definitely.
Personally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be taking my dog for a walk and I'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I bring my phone? I need to write this down. I mean, you just can't always be going. You need to take time for yourself. Oh, also, this is the other part of why I wanted to work out and why I do the things that I do is, and I touched on this a little bit before we were talking before this. I'm a big proponent of deciding who you want to be, like the
Mm,
kind of person you want to be. Like always, like at the new year, it's always a time when I go, okay, who do I want to be? So
yep.
last year I was like, I want to be the girl who travels. And I
Mm,
ended up going to Paris, London, Berlin, Rome. I went all over the
love that.
world and I hadn't traveled for a long time since college because I was always like, well, I'm an entrepreneur and I can't afford it. I
Right,
have
right.
these ridiculous things, so limiting.
Yep.
I'd be like, well, I want to have a new sofa. I want to have my nice apartment and buy this stuff. And like, I'll travel later. Well, it got to a point where I was like, no, I was always admiring these women or people that were just traveling all over. I wanted to be that so bad. And I realized when you want to be something, you actually are that person already. That's why you're desiring it.
I love that.
And so being that person, you can be that person by just saying yes and doing it. And so I want to be one of these sexy business owners that have nice body and is working out. And like, when you're kind of like not fit, or this is my experience, when you're sort of not fit and you're sort of like, ugh, I struggle with my weight. I've struggled with my weight ever since I was like, 13. I used to be the skinniest kid that thought I was going to be a ballerina. I was like, oh my God, why? I wish I could be a fat kid and a thin adult, but whatever. It didn't work like that. So sometimes when you're in that like overweight kind of phase, you're looking at other people that are thin and you just assume like, oh, they don't have to do anything. They're naturally thin. Then when you talk to people who do have like what I'm just going to say, nice bodies or something, no, you find out they watch what they eat and they exercise.
Right.
They're not just walking around eating McDonald's and just blessed with this body and you're cursed. It's a choice. And so I was like, I want to be more fit in my body and feel good and, look a certain way. And I was like, okay, bar method. That's like totally LA. These girls are sexy. I want to be one of those girls. I want to hang out with those girls. So I'm going to go there and do that.
I love that. And like you said, that does work for so many areas of our life and such a great way to think about things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, something fun for us, Baiyina, is do you have an action step you dare our listeners to take as early as today to start fitting fitness into their routines, no matter how busy they are? Make it simple for them to do that.
Oh, to like actually go do something physical. You know what I like to do, because this is what I do with my interior design. I like to start with the mind. The mind will help you do something physical. So my action step would be, I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but my action step would be go to Pinterest and start a board that says, who am I in 2018? And pin a bunch of stuff. Pin your apartment, what your house looks like, pin your fashion, pin your body, pin things that inspire you of that full person. And then from there, physically, since we're talking about, health and working out, and if someone's listening to this podcast, they're obviously interested. And then pick one thing that you can do physically, but have this inspiration of this person you want to be behind it to motivate you to follow through with it.
That is an awesome dare. I've never had that one shared before, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I actually want to go and do it.
Yeah, okay. Do it. I know, it's fun. That's like kind of how I work with my design clients too, because it can be, and people on my YouTube channel and stuff, because it can be intimidating. You're like, I want to be stylish. I want to have a cool apartment, or I want to travel. I want to blah. And like the giantness of it is like, oh my God, where do I start? So start with your inspiration and let that lead you. And if there's sparks something, you're much more likely to take action if you just inspired yourself,
And I know I always try to get my clients to get in touch with their why. So why are they doing this? Because if you're not internally motivated to have fitness be a part of your routine, your lifestyle, you're not going to be able to do it. So I love this idea of this Pinterest board, this dare, because it's a great way to have fitness be not just something on a to-do list, but something that's going to help us be the person we want to be in 2018. So I'm going to have to do this myself.
Yay, okay, send me a link to your Pinterest board then.
Yes. And I mean, we'll link up everything too, but maybe we can have people, tagging you and,
oh my God, that could be so fun. Oh my God. I do this for I'm trying to think of what'd you get for your style quiz?
I think it's modern eclectic. I need to look.
Yeah.
I am very indecisive. Maybe that does fit the eclectic part of it, right?
Hey, well, if you send me your Pinterest link, then I'll look at, and knowing modern eclectic, I'll be able to tell more. I'll respond back with some stuff that can help you. That's a very fun, very forgiving and free style. I like it a lot. And it's layers, and you can do a lot with it actually. It's not as fussy.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past I probably had different design aspirations, but when I was taking the quiz, I was really trying to be honest. And I think that's what came out in the style, right? That I don't want to have, maybe this is because I've become an entrepreneur. I'm not really big on rules and having lots of structure. I want things to be fun in all areas of my life.
Absolutely. Well, I'll check it out and it'll tell me more about you. That's really cool.
See? Well, I definitely look forward to that. And as we start wrapping up here, Baiyina, I'd love to know if you have a quote or a mantra that you live by that could inspire us a little bit more here.
Yeah, my quote is always to be the person that you want to be. And I was struggling how to get this the most eloquent, but it's whatever you desire is who you are already. That's why you're desiring it. I've got to figure out how to make that like a really perfect sentence. But that is my belief in life, because I found myself Googling for a long time how to be elegant. I was like, how to be elegant, how to be sophisticated, how to be feminine, I just loved reading articles about elegance, femininity, just pretty. Like that's, I don't know why I keep, how to be fabulous. Like there's something about me that is glamorous, feminine, elegant. I like those things. And you're not going to be attracted to something and be curious about something that you do not resonate with. You're resonating with things that you're into. That's who you are. So get closer to who you are.
Love that. I don't know if you have anything else to share. Final words of inspiration, because I definitely found that inspirational. You just shared, even if you didn't feel like it was perfectly worded.
Yeah. The last little bit of inspiration would be just also when just perfection is, don't worry about perfection. That's something I struggled with for a long time in my life, my design business, wanting to have my, photographs, everything I put out there, like perfect or else, and that really, I didn't do action as much as I wanted to. I've conquered that to some degree, and it's better to try and put something out there than wait till it's all perfect, because you're gonna miss opportunities. So if after hearing this podcast you feel like, ooh, let me go on Groupon real quick, or let me check out your class, let me do that.
Yep.
Just try it. I mean, it's like not going to. It doesn't have to be forever. But the action is really the good thing. So follow the instinct.
For sure. I know I have had that same experience where I was a perfectionist in my business when I started, and then I realized I was never going to get any clients if I didn't put myself out there.
I need an intern right now, and I'm like, but it's in my home, and will they accept me? Like, I keep stopping myself from moving to the point of at least like putting something out there to ask people. And
well, now you did, so maybe you'll get someone who is listening to the podcast.
I need the intern so bad. Someone fun and cool and loves design and, I don't know, wants to learn and do stuff.
No, that's awesome.
So.
Well, it's been so fun chatting. I know I need to check out. We've been connected for a while on Facebook, but I definitely am excited to check out more of what you're doing, especially you're mentioning before on YouTube. So just let us know links that we'll link everything in the podcast notes. But any special things going on or links?
Great. I would encourage anyone who is curious to check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Baiyina.com. She'll just look at the link below. That's where I do a lot of design advice kind of videos, to do like, how to pick the perfect rug, 3 sofas you shouldn't buy, how to create. It's like design advice that you can actually apply in your home right now. And it's like for real people. And my background is also like working in the high-end industry, but I started out flea marketing and doing a lot of like, I don't know, like I'm sort of like reality designer, but then I do have like a background working with very refined brands. So I love just explaining design information to people that can apply it in their real lives. And so if you go to my YouTube channel, it's fun. There's a lot of interaction. I do live streams, so that's a great place to start. And then I also have a super awesome design quiz if you're curious about your design style, because that's the thing everybody always says to me. I don't know what my design style is. So I create a quiz. It's a lot of fun. I put a lot of effort into it. There's 8 different styles. And if you take that quiz, it'll give you a result, and then it links to Pinterest boards that I created with like inspirational images and furniture that goes with that. So it's a good starting point, and it's free.
Yeah, I took it and it was super fun. So I'm excited to dive in more myself, and
awesome.
And hope everyone else listening does as well. And just thank you so much, Baiyina, for being a guest. I'm sure people are inspired.
Yeah, thank you so much. And hey, look now, see, I wasn't exercising at all. I was struggling to get upstairs. Now I'm being interviewed on a fitness podcast.
I mean, hey.
Boom, there you go. Like that's pretty awesome.
All from taking that one action step of that, buying that Groupon, right?
and I'm not perfect. Hey, I'm still working on the body, but I feel awesome right now. And I didn't have to be perfect to be here. So that's how it all works out.
I love that. Well, thanks so much, Baiyina. It was awesome having you, and hope everyone enjoyed. And we can't wait to see their Pinterest boards and follow along as they accept your dare.
We have to figure out a hashtag for that. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, we definitely do.
Okay, well, if we do, we'll put it in the links below, I guess.
For sure. Well, thanks so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.